Hey everyone, how is it going? As promised, we will have a look at another new Gwent deck today, and that is the highly popular Crippling Skill deck featuring the clan Tuirseach Axeman, a unit that will get stronger the more weakened units are dropping on the field. Though the strategy is kind of simple, you're trying to slowly damage your opponent's units down, while at the same time growing your own board slowly over time. The main reason why the deck is nowadays that popular among the latter lays in the latest NILFGAARD patch and some card changes. With the great improved tool Yennefer the Conjurer, you now have an ongoing gold threat that will deal 1 damage to the strongest non-gold unit on your opposing side at the start of your turn. This can also include multiple targets, though Yennefer might even hit for more than 1 damage point. At the same time, it will ensure an ongoing buffing potential on your Axemans up until a ridiculous amount of strength points. Yennefer, of course, is not the only damaging tool. In fact, the deck has plenty of it. First of all, we have the leader ability that will deal 2 or 3 damage to each enemy unit, including gold cards. Furthermore, the Savage Bear here, card that is dealing 1 damage point to a unit when it is played. Another steady flow of damage over time. To spice things up even more, we have the good old Blue Boy Lugos that will help you out as well. He is spawning a Spectral Whale on the opposing side. The whale will then bounce back and forth in the rows, removing 1 strength point from all non-gold units in that row. The longer the round is going on, the better for you in the long run. A completely new card in the deck is the Clan Drummond Shieldmaiden. She will spawn another Shieldmaiden out of the deck if the unit is getting damaged. Fulfilling that request is not a problem with all the damage going on, giving you an excellent deck thinning tool at hand. There are definitely other cards to consider in a Skill Triple deck, but for now that's the version that I am running. Feel free to change stuff if you see the meta shifting too much. Right now most of the ladder is playing either Consume Monsters, Cripple Skill, Red Control, or some sort of new NILFGAARD deck. That will definitely be changing over time, but for now we should be good. So let's head now into some games and see the deck in action. So our first game for today will be Skellige vs Skellige. Our opponent is using the King Bran, so we might see some Queen's cards. Let's see how the starting hand is going. Oh, we have all 4 gold cards, that is excellent. We have the Dragon here, we have the Creeder, the Axeman, Savage Bear, First Lights, Stammelford. Guess we can just keep that, that's a pretty good starting hand. Oh yeah, let's just keep it. The opponent needs to start here. So there is a potential to just go for the Yennefer here early on, but normally you are waiting a bit before dropping that. That's by far the strongest gold card we are playing, allowing you to buff the X-Men so much. So you want to be careful. He might just start with some pirate, then use the King Bran and get some Queen's Guard in the graveyard. He's using King Bran directly. So what do we have there? There's the Queen's Guard. So definitely playing with the Queen's Guard in the series. In that case, we will just drop the X-Men here.
Pansy.
Starting with the Queen's Guard. Getting those on the board. Let's drop the Yennefer.
There'll be nothing to pick up when I'm done.
So
with
right
you.
now we would deal 2 damage to those 2 Queen's Guards. So they are going down to 3. If he's willing to go on here in this round, he will lose a lot of points because of the Yennefer. So there's the pirate. That one's getting 1 point of damage. So next turn, if he's not playing a stronger unit, he would lose 3 points of damage. So and we can just... could drop the bear here right now. Could just play the dragon. There are a lot of options. I would say we're just going for the bear. If we play the dragon, we just make sure that we're not dealing the full 3 points next turn. That's not too great right now. We might play that later, if needed. So if he's now dropping a unit, the bear is dealing 1 point of damage to that. The X-Men is getting stronger. And then the Yennefer is also dealing damage each turn. So we either needs to remove the X-Men here or the bear. But the X-Men should be the better target for him. Because the bear is just dealing 1 damage. and the X-Men is just growing stronger and stronger. He's now passing, so we're winning the first round. We will of course also now pass. Even on cards. Darius is buffed a little bit here with the triple Queensguard. Okay, we got double first light, we got the Shieldmaiden. So we should find a way to activate the Shieldmaiden, that's not a problem. We could, for example, resurrect the bear here. And then play the Shieldmaiden, and we would spawn all three of those. With the first light we have the opportunity to get, for example, a Priestess. We could get another X-Man. So we might just go for the first light here and see first what we are getting.
Modern Freya is patient,
the Priestess. Okay, then we are going for the bear. So that gives us the opportunity to pick up the X-Men first, if needed, and then play the Shieldmaiden. Then the X-Men is getting buffed a lot. I like that, so let's do it.
May Modern Freya watch us and keep us.
Out with the crowns. Come on.
Shieldmaiden, he's buffing a Queensguard as expected. He will buff those and he will get them back in the last round as well, if there is a last round. And for now, we're going for the Shieldmaiden here, of course. These are getting damaged. She's spawning the other ones. And the X-Men is getting stronger and stronger. Oh, another pirate. Hasn't he played? Had one in the hand as well. So we could play the dragon right now. And let's hit some of the units. We have the Geralt Igni in hand, so probably not interested too much in this lane right now. So the X-Men is up to 13 points. With the Yennefer, we could increase the X-Men quite a lot. We could also just buff our own board side.
Get yourself an axe.
And the Armorsmith currently he has 7 units on the board, and we have 7, 8. So with the Jennifer that would be 10. So we would buff quite a lot. We have the Stammelford's Tremors that would deal 2 to all opposing non-god units and 1 to our units. That would also buff the X-Men a lot. So quite a few options here. Yeah, I would say we are going for the Tremors at the moment. That's good. So as you can see, X-Men is going up quite a lot. 27 points now. He's currently only at 15 points while we are at 49. For him it would be really great to have a Geralt Igni here to kill the X-Men. That might not be the case. The Queensguard decks are often not running the Geralt. And if he's not running the Geralt, then he has a really hard time to clear the X-Men. Scourge isn't played that much as well right now, so he might not be able to kill that. And then the game is lost for him. Time is running out. And it is not looking good. Oh, that is looking good for him. So why do you need to play that long? With the Beggar Twisted Mirror, he's just swapping the strength of the strongest and weakest unit on the battlefield. And that's why the Queensguard here is now at 27 points. But we could just use the Geralt Igni to get rid of that. I might want to wait a bit longer. He might buff that even more. First light maybe? Are you spawning some weather? Probably not. The Harald the Cripple is also getting stronger the longer the game goes. I would say we will just drop the Yennefer here. And let's buff our board side. So he's currently 3 points ahead. But the 29 points here are just going down to the Geralt Igni. So in fact we are way ahead still. I would assume that he has a series in hand. But you can't be sure, there's still 9 cards left in the deck. So he might not have the card. And if he hasn't the series in hand, then he's missing out a lot of points as well.
So be it.
Gunnar Bran, he's searching for it. That's another 12 points on our side. Really want to wait with the Harald the Cripple. So guess we are now going for the Galdigny. Other than that, we could play the first light here and spawning another unit. But there is a possibility that he's dropping some sort of weather, and then we definitely need the first light. So for now, Galdigny should be better. We're getting rid of the 29 points. He's down to 22 while we have 64. Which is quite a difference. Coral right now is not giving us that much points. We can only spawn weather here in the siege row, so that would be 2 points. Allowing us to get 8 points with the coral. Which is not too great, but alright. Hasn't played that many Shieldmaiden so far.
The goddess
So he's dropped the
protect you
King
from
of
all
Beggars and the Priestess. And now resurrecting. Queensguard again. So still tries to improve the Ceres. If he's not going for the Queensguard. No, he's not going for that, so he hasn't the Queensguard in hand. Otherwise he would have played the Ceres, sorry. Otherwise he would have played the Queensguard. And then the Ceres is getting stronger. Without the Ceres he's missing so many points. If we're going for Harald the Cripple right now, that is buffing the X-Men quite a lot. But I would say we will start with the Coral.
I suppose, in the end.
So spawning some weather here in the siege row. X-Men is going up to 9 points. But I mean the Graveyard is not that strong. We will only get either Queensguard or the Clan. Both are not very much points. So it is the decoy. He's getting probably, again, the pirate. Another 6 points. The X-Men is now at 12. We are still over 40 points ahead. We have 3 cards to go. We still have Harald the Cripple here. So that's a lot of points. And we will now go for the first light. If he's spawning some sort of weather, we will go for Harald the Cripple, and that is buffing the X-Men again. And we should still be ahead here on points. See what we can find.
Modern Freya is patient,
Priestess.
but she brooks no insult.
And oh, apparently the graveyard is empty. Yeah, there's nothing left in the graveyard. Oh, there is Ceres. So why haven't you picked up another Queensguard? Interesting. The Ceres is at 18 points. Closing the gap a bit. Harald the Cripple is now coming. Moving a lot of points. He's going down to 33. We're at 91. The X-Men is at 23.
I can do a great
There is Coral, as expected, but we are still ahead, so you need another 15 points. Probably not getting there. I would assume there is not a card inside that can give him 15 points right now. There could be, if he's playing the Commander's Horn, then he could get 15 points in this row. But then we would be even. And I'm still winning the game because I've won the first round. Going for the restore. So you could get this one.
What do you need?
Yeah, that is not much. That is not enough.
Should I pound it into a poker?
Especially because of the weather effect here on the lane. So we're still winning that. And 58 to 43 points. Taking down the game.
To arms!
Game 2. And now we are facing a Dagon weather deck. Interesting stuff. Hopefully it's not dropping too much weather here. Could be a problem. So we have 1 X-Man, 1 Shieldmaiden, 1 Bear. Triple gold cards, which is always good. We might want to drop the Aeromancy if he's playing with a lot of weather cards and weather immune cards. That is not too helpful. Got another X-Man. Guess we're also dropping the Priestess here. First light. And shall we keep 1 X-Man? Yes, we should. Let's drop this one here. Get another Bear. I would have loved to get the Yennefer. But anyway, we will then start with the X-Men. Then play the Bear, and then the Shieldmaiden. Yeah, he's playing with weather effects and weather immune cards. That could be a problem. Okay, buffing his Wild Hunt Riders. So if needed, we can just drop the Gavaldigni, no problem. Let's start with the Shieldmaiden. So they are getting damaged. And the Axeman is just getting buffed. If he's playing with the Thunderbolt potion, there might be more potions incoming. Water Hack. That one is spawning Rain. So he might send the Axeman here into this lane. And then the Axeman is more or less useless if he's killing it. We will see about that. Right now that is not the right time to play the first light. So we still need to wait. We could just play the Gavaldigni at the moment. That would kill 21 points and he would keep the Water Hack then for the next round, which is not that great.
Let's get this over
So let's do that. Getting rid of 21 points is pretty good. Triple kill on the Wild Hunt Rider. Ooh, he's playing with the Harpy Eggs. That's interesting. So the Harpy Eggs are brutables and you can add an additional 5 strength to the absorbing unit. And there's also the chance that he is the Harpy Eggs, that he's getting the Harpy Eggs into the Harpy again. If he's running those cards. So we will see about that. Right now I'm not sure if we want to play another card. If we are just passing now, he could use the weather effect, then this lane is going down to 4 points and we have 12 points. And we would still be 5 points ahead, so he would need to play another card, which would bring him down to 5, which is not that great. I really like to either just pass here or we can play Harald the Cripple. That wouldn't be bad as well. And we are clearing everything besides the... we're clearing everything. So that wouldn't be that bad. Yeah, let's do that.
all of yous.
So 0 to 33 points. Now dropping the Ancient Foglet. So he might go for the Fog now. If he's using the Fog, then he might spawn some Foglets on the board. That will be 2 points each, so it will be 6. And with the Ancient Foglet, he would then have also 6 because of the Fog. So that would help him. Definitely. Do we want to play another card then? Could be, could be. We could also just pass. But then we might lose the round, but he would be in a disadvantage. They would need to play one more card. And he would keep the Ancient Foglet then maybe. I'm not sure if he's keeping the Ancient Foglet or the Foglets. Okay, let's play the Yennefer. We're buffing our lane here. And because we're also buffing the melee row, if he's just spawning some Fog, we are still way ahead. He's passing now, so keeping the Ancient Foglet on the board. It will be 7 points for him. And we have another Priestess here, alongside another Resurrection card. Well, that's interesting. And we might just start with the X-Men again.
Tuirseach!
Oh, Foglet in the hand, that's always bad. With the bear as well. There's no problem for the last round because we have so much Resurrection stuff here. So if we are losing the key cards right now, we can still get them back. Not a problem at all. Orquist. The Orquist it is. So maybe spawning the Coral. That would spawn some rain here.
I can
And
do a
another
great
6 points on the board. Only 8 points ahead. Still hasn't played a single weather card besides the Water Hack. Still has the weather effect from the Dagon here, so he could spawn some Fog. Getting more Foglets on the board. Apparently he had one in the hand. But not more, otherwise we could have just played more Foglets. So thinking about the weather card now. Will you go for it? Going for the Caranthea. That is getting the bear here down to 1 and he's spawning some Wild Hunt Hounds. He's now going ahead. So we could prevent that if we need to. We could just play, for example, Priestess. We could also just pass now. We're still 1 card behind for the last round. But we can resurrect quite a bit of stuff. So we should be fine for the last round. I'd really like to keep the first light for the Dagon effect, so we are now passing. Need to make sure that the Orquist is not going back into the hand. And that is now not happening. So he's keeping the Orquist on the board, of course. Ooh, the counter stays at 2. Thought it was resetting at... Oh, that's interesting. I really thought he was resetting at 4. So he's staying at 2. Good to know. We're definitely going for the Yennefer here. Oh, he's starting just with the effect. Not caring for the weather. Also interesting. So Yennefer is coming. Good last card here to draw. Getting the Orquist back into the hand. The Yennefer is then hitting the Droner in most cases. If he's not going for the Orquist. Probably then resurrecting the Axeman. And then even might be another Axeman, so double the fun. Double the cards. So double 6 now. That with the Orquist was pretty bad. Thought he was going up to 4 and then he had a longer time until that was activated. And we could snatch the damage effect then to increase the amount of points on the X-Men.
What do you need?
So we're gonna pick this one up. Next up, dealing 2 damage here. 1 on the Orquist, 1 on the Drowner. Using a Commander's Horn that early. Interesting. Could have been another one in the siege row here. Apparently there is not. Use the Priestess and we're getting another X-Men on the board. And because these 2 are now staying the same points, we can just always hit for 2. Ooh, that's a lot of weather. But I mean, the X-Men are just coming back and getting better. Could still use the first light. And getting the points back on this lane if needed. But I mean, the Orquist is also going down to 1, so he has lost points as well. So we could also just get rid of the Foglets here. Keeping the Priestess of Freya for now. I mean, the only card we want to get would be the Bear. So 3 cards to go. The Bear is definitely helpful. So yeah, why not? Let's go for the Bear first.
Virgin, mother and crone.
Let's get this over with.
Geralt Art? Oh, you have to be kidding me. So then we need to use the first light now on this lane. It was really good that the X-Men are buffing themselves before he's using the damage. So the Clear Skies is removing the weather here in this lane. Should give us a huge push. Yeah, there you go. 53 to 31. Gorge is getting rid of 17 points. He's still ahead and the Yennefer is just dealing more points. So he needs to get 7 points, but we're dealing then another 1 point. So he's losing that one. And winning another game.